The other day, on the first episode of Chronic Shorts, we talked about the portal and how difficult it was to communicate with our doctors using said portal. And it got me thinking about communication in general. Communication is integral to the experience of being human. We use it to share our desires, our wants, our needs, and yet so many of us find it so difficult to do such a basic thing, right? I mean, it should be right up there with eating and sleeping and breathing and hygiene. Well, for some of us, okay? Hey, the pandemic's coming to a close, people. Let's start taking showers at least once every 3 days again. Anyway, the point is, it should be easy, but it's so difficult for so many of us. And why is that? Why is communicating so difficult for so many of us? And the answer is because at its core, communicating is an act of vulnerability. You're putting yourself out there, and no matter how well you know the person, no matter how trusted of a confidant they are, you're never quite 100% sure how they're going to react. And if it's someone you've just met or only barely know, then the risk is even higher. And we don't want to put ourselves out there all the time. Yet, communicating our wants and our needs is the only way to get to know someone better. So it's a conundrum. So how do we do that? How do we communicate while also tamping down that feeling of risk? And the answer is twofold. First is practice. Now, I know you're going to say, well, you've been doing it for years. It's your career. Yeah, but I didn't start out good at it. The first time I spoke in front of a group, I practiced for hours. I memorized the speech. I had note cards. I was so nervous up there. I was shaking like a leaf, right? And now, I don't even lose a wink of sleep over. I go there and I just do it because I've done it so many times. And it's the same with communicating your wants and your needs. Once you practice, you get better at it. And here is another tip that I will give you that will make you feel better about it. In my long experience of communicating some of the most embarrassing stuff a human being could possibly communicate, I have realized that nothing gets a more positive response when you've just met someone or whether you've known them for years than when they think that you are sharing something genuine with them. And now, look, I don't mean the first minute you meet someone, just go up and scream, I like to eat pickles and ice cream naked in front of the Hallmark Channel at 2 a.m. No, that's not what I mean, because that's more likely to get you, we got to stay away from this guy. You should hear what he does with pickles. Trust me, that's not what I'm talking about. But if you're at a party, say, and you meet people and everyone's a little nervous like we get, you go in there and you say, oh, coffee, you like coffee? Yeah, you know what? I put butter in my coffee. That's weird, right? You would be surprised how instantly everyone is kind of like, okay. He said a little bit of a weird thing. He shared. So now the tension level drops dramatically. People respond to genuine sharing in a positive way. Is it always going to be positive? No. But in my experience, most of the time, the response is positive. So I urge you to try it. Practice makes perfect. And share something genuine. It will help you to communicate. And you might not hear those words anymore in those relationships that we've all heard. What do you want? I'm not a mind reader. That's all. See you next week. As always, be kind, rewind, and keep on keeping on.